So here's some questions that are from that I've gotten in real life and also from that were left in Rob's videos and the comments. Question to the first lady: why did her mom and sister just leave her there? Well, why stay there on her own? I know money is an issue, but come on, like there gotta be I'd be out of there in a flash. My mom, she moved in with her boyfriend, like in a different province. My sister moved in with her boyfriend, and were starting a family, like, and in a little place. There wasn't many rentals or options for rentals in my town, so like it was just I just spent as much time out of the house as possible, and just worked and to save up to leave as quickly as I could, to move away as quickly as I could. Why didn't the first girl take more vids to prove that's actually happening to her? I didn't have a video camera at the time. Like, this was back in like the mid 2000s, and I didn't want to risk trying to inviting it to make contact with me or whatever, and then making it worse. I did want to document it at some point, but anytime I try to, like, I set up my web camera quite a few times and try and catch stuff, but like a lot of the times it just be it end up being just a bunch of static, or else it'd stop recording on its own. Actually, one picture I have, I'm showing, I took a picture of my claw marks on my side with my webcam. Behind me, you can kind of see that it looks like a shadowy figure, like in the doorway, behind me, and also it looks like there's a head, like, poking out from behind the couch. It's really blurry, it's really fuzzy because it's an old shitty web camera, but it definitely looks like there's something there. Why the hell is the first chick not getting cash for that place and getting the hell out of there? I didn't own it, my mom did. I couldn't just sell the house on her to make money off of it. Need absolute proof that the first girl was lying. Look at her haircut. Girls with haircuts like that have 110% chance of lying. I had bangs and my hair's long. I just had to pull back into a ponytail. So girls with bangs and long hair are liars. I don't know. The first one, question: why did she stay there? I didn't really have anywhere else to go, and I stayed there just to save up, because, like, well, I didn't really have many other options, and I just saved up as quickly as I could and took off out of town as soon as I could again. Can you blame the demon for squeezing Charlotte? I would. Thanks. Okay, why would you stay in a house if you were being attacked? Because I didn't really have other options. Like, I lived in a small town. There wasn't a lot for housing, and even for the rentals that were around, like, I couldn't afford them, or else, like, they weren't pet friendly, and I didn't want to just leave my cats there alone. So wait a minute. This girl moved in at 9 years old and stayed 11 years, knowing the house was this haunted. I didn't know the house was that haunted until, like, 11 years after I moved in. The ignorance of sleep paralysis. I definitely have I know I have sleep paralysis. I still experience it, and that's what I thought it was at first, but no. Like, when I'm wide awake and walking through my house and I get attacked or whatever, it's obviously not sleep paralysis. Like, at first it was really easy to try and convince myself that it was, because it just seemed like that, or it was just like my sleep paralysis, like, was evolving. Like, that's what I thought it was. Why would you move after all those things happened? I did. Multiple times. I don't know the first situation, but if I feel like that was happening to me, I'd move out. I did. Repeatedly. Things just didn't work out, and I got stuck. I had to go back up there and got stuck there. Or else I had to just go back there and, like, start and, like, save up and go again and try again. Well, should I not call someone for an exorcism or just move? I did. Every time someone tried to help me with the house, they got attacked or intimidated and left. And I moved like 4 times. Why didn't she ever leave the house? She still deals with the homicide ghost. I did. Whatever it is, if I think it's attached to me because it seems to follow me, it's not as strong as it was then, and also like I've figured out ways to weaken it or whatever, I guess. But I definitely feel like the guys I've dated were affected. It could have been affecting them because they went from being nice to someone went from being nice to total psychos. Like one of my exes is like he's like he's a psycho on his own because of the stuff he's done, and like he's in serving time in jail for it, you know. Charlotte is creating the poltergeist. If she keeps moving at it, it keeps happening. Moving at it, like I was trying to move away from it. Has she ever had anyone come to try to bless the home or investigate? Yes, they got scared off. I think psychologists have perfect scientific reasonable explanations for their suffering. I was hoping they did too, but no, they didn't. Now, anyone else ever notice that most people who experience ghosts or haunting or paranormal always are generally unattractive? Thanks. Charlotte should record herself sleep, mount cameras, have other people accompany her, make contact with the basement. I'm so glad that there's no basement to be in contact with anymore, but I have had people monitor me when they sleep, and they said it's distressing to watch because I have constant nightmares, so I'm constantly moving around. Sometimes I whimper, sometimes I cry, sometimes I yell. Why didn't Charlotte leave? Her mom and sister did. I'm sure I did leave. They didn't leave for the same reasons because they didn't experience anything like I did there. Like, it seemed to have targeted me. Like it was really messed up. Yeah, so I'm no longer there. That's just about the old house. Like that's not even like everything I've experienced because of this. I'll save those for other videos, but like that's just my old house. And also I've seen some comments like asking if people ask me on the streets too if the pictures that were in the video or in Rob's video of the house were what the house I actually lived in. No. I sent him pictures of my house, but like whoever edited it did not put my actual house pictures in. I'm not too sure where but yeah, I did not live in any of those like rundown abandoned buildings. Yeah, yeah, so that is my creepy old house. It was awful. I'm very happy it's no longer around. Yeah, some questions answered too. Sorry to the people who asked questions 6 years ago and they're just getting responses now. But yeah, or anyone who's kind of overwhelmed me, like on the bus or like on downtown Winnipeg or whatever, coming with all these questions and like, then we're like, oh my god, your house is here in Winnipeg, like, and just freak out and run away and stuff. Like, no. And the house isn't even like standing anymore. It's been torn down. Got torn down in 2012.